Hey there, how there, ho there. It's Jeff Cutter now. Welcome you to Stone Cold Hockey in the 16th season Tournament of Champions. 32 teams from 16 Stone Cold seasons. So the seasons are the 1965 season, represented by Montreal and Detroit. The 71 season, represented by the Rangers in Montreal. The 68 season, represented by Montreal and Boston. Well, that's 67-68, because when I say 68, that's the Stanley Cup, if you will. The 75 season, represented by Boston and Buffalo. The 79 season, represented by Montreal and the Islanders. The 82 season, represented by the Bruins and the Oils. The 84 season, represented by the North Stars and the Sabres. The 91 season is represented by LA and Pittsburgh. The 94 season 92 season, excuse me, represented by Vancouver and where's the other team? Can't see it. Should be Detroit, but where are they? Yeah, there we are. Detroit. 94 represented by Detroit as well. Alongside the Rangers. The 2006 season represented by the Wingdings and the Flames. The 12 season represented by the Coyotes and the Avalanche. The 22 season, 21-22, by the Rockies, the Avalanche, and the Stars. The 23 season represented by the Rangers and the Bruins. The 24 by Buffalo and Boston, and the 25 season by the Leafs and Dallas. So based off of how well you win the 16 tournaments, whoever wins, it's basically the better you do in real life, the better your seed is. So the 22 Avalanche, the 91 Penguins, the 94 Rangers, the 79 Habs all won the Stanley Cup and their tourney, in the random tourney. So that's big. The 75 Sabres went to the final and did do well. The 71 Rangers went to the semifinals. The 2012 Coyotes semifinals. 65 Red Wings semifinals. They all will get higher seat. Well, those seats, and then it went down to the second round losers. The Leafs, 2025 to 24 Bruins, the 92 Canucks did that, and then the 13, 14, the 12 to 15, 12 to 16 seeds were basically teams that went first round, one and done. And that's like the 71 Habs got the better of the lower seed 17 because they won Stanley Cup. 65 Habs won Stanley Cup. 68 Stanley Cup champion Montreal Islanders went to the semifinals. Dallas went to the semifinals. 85 North Stars went to the semifinals and dropped. So yeah, so you can kind of see it. All right, so we are doing a 32 team tournament, best of 7 each round. So you'll be playing in at least 35 games. All right, the first game, Colorado Buffalo. The 22 Avalanche went 4-0, shut up by Kepler over Devin Levi. Nazem Kadri with a pair of goals. Kitchener, Gabe Landeskog scored. Another Kitchener Ranger. And Obe Kubo for Colorado. The 94 Rangers win 6-2. Richter over Gilles Chabert. Boston goes by Ken Hodge Sr. and Dave Forbes. Ranger goes by Esa Tikkanen, Moose Messier again, then Kovalev, Larmer, and Zubov. The 75 Sabres win 4-2 in their one. Halak losing to Roger Crozier, part of the saving grace thing. 23 Ranger goals by Sabatajad and Mikola. Perot, Dudley, Gouvermont, and then Perot for the 75 Sabres. 75 Bruins lost, 24 Sabres losing. 94 Red Wings win in overtime. Slava Kozlov from Ray Shepard at 6:22 of overtime. The 25 Leafs beat the 91 Kings in the first game 2-1. As Stolars beats Rudy, Bobby McMahon scoring both goals. Wayne Gretzky for the 91 Kings, who loves to play in Toronto. But this is a new team, the 25 team. The 92 Canucks win 4-1 over the 84 North Stars as McLean beats Malouche. Minnesota goes by Neil Broden, but then the 4 goals for the 92 Canucks by Linden, Nedved, Fergus, and Bure. And when Bure was a rookie. Mm-hmm. The 79 Islanders crushing the 82 Oilers 6-1 as Billy Smith beats Grant Fuhr. The only Edmonton goal was by the Great One. Islanders goals 2 by Billy Harris, 2 by Stephen Person, Bossy and Westfall. Finish up. Westfall was still playing. The 65 Habs beat the 06 Flames 3-2 as Swarsley beats Brian Boucher. Calgary goes by Lankal and Kobasu. 65 Hab goes by Shanky Talbot, Yvonne Cornway, and Davey Ballon. The 84 Sabres win their game over the 71 Habs 7-4. Remember, they won the 1984 tournament. The 71 Habs did not. They took second. But anyway, the 84 Sabres win. Brazeau beats Rogie Vachon, who was part of that team. Montreal goes by Pete Mahovlich, Guy Lapointe, J.C. Tremblay, and Jean Beliveau. Jean Beliveau in his last season. Phil Hasley, Mickey Renault, Craig Ramsey, Gilbert Perreault, Mike Ramsey, and Stevie McKenna for Buffalo. The 68 Habs beat the 68 Bruins 4-3. Actually, I don't know why those guys got bit. Wasn't one of them supposed to be top 16? I think there was a mistake. Anyway, the 68 Habs win 4-3. Vachon beat Cheevers. As Montreal goes by Harper, Backstrom, Duff, and then Rafi Backstrom, who was famously traded to LA to make sure California sucked in 71 so that the Habs could get the first round pick. Boston goes by Pye, McKenzie, Hodge, and Sanderson. 23 Bruins win in overtime over the 25 Stars. Swayman beats the Smith. Pavel Saka at 352 from Charlie Coyle. 24 Bruins crushing the 82 Bruins 6-1 as Swayman takes out Marco Barron. 82 goal by Crowder, but 2 goals by Pasternak, Kiki, Marchand. Still on the team, even though, yeah, that's right. And Jeremy Luco and Pasternak. Okay, I don't know. I don't know anymore. I just don't know. I just don't know anymore. Fuck. 65 Red Wings win 4-3 over the 92 Red Wings. Crozier beat Cheval Day. Overtime goal by Floyd Smith. Future Leaf goal coach. Bleh. Ron Murphy and Paul Henderson with the assist. He played for the 65 team? Yes, he did. 06 Red Wings beat the 71 Rangers 3-1. Great job, Osgood over Femieux. Rangers go by Hatfield, Datsuk, Shanahan, Sedgwick with goals. 79 Habs 6-3 with 22 Dallas. Jordan beats Wedgwood. Dallas goes by Heiskanen, Hens, and Wendell. Montreal goes by Mondu, Lafleur, Schutt, Lapointe, Wholl, and Lafleur. And finally, 2012 Habs win game. Abs win game 1 over the 91 Penguins 4-3 in overtime. Following along, Barrasso, Milan Hajduk at 902 from was that Sam Elliott? Or is it Scott Elliott? I don't know. Rhino Byrne. I gotta find out. Stephen Elliott, thank you. And my game 2s. The 22 Avalanche are now halfway home. Kepler beats Lucan in overtime. Nazem Kadri with a hat trick. Kitchener! He's making Kitchener proud. Rantanen with the assist. 94 Rangers win in overtime. They're halfway home. Victor beats Gilles Chabert. Stefan Matteau. 91 minutes. So that was in double overtime from Mount Graves. Double overtime. How ironic. The 23 Rangers tied their series 5-2. Halak beats Brumley. Ranger goes by Easy Kreider with the Hatcho trick. Philip Hedel and Calendry Miller. Calendry pack your bags. Buffalo goes by Rick Dudley and Richard Martin. Phoenix has tied their series with a 3-2 win. Smith beats Atsensa, Mike Smith, Rafi, Stone, and Whitney for Phoenix. Detroit goes by Slava and Burr. 91 Kings tied their series 5-4. Rudy beats Wholl. Toronto goes by Marner, who's now off to Vegas. Stevie Lorenz, Kitchener native, but I don't say Kitchener because he's not a former Kitchener Ranger. Matthew Nyes, who signed a big 6-year deal, and Willie Nylander. LA goes by Sandstrom, Johnny McIntyre, Steve Casper, and Brian Benning. 92 Canucks are 2-0 up. Gamble over Milosh. Vancouver goes by Falk, Adams, Walter, Nedved, and Larionov. Payne, Maxwell, Napier, and Mark Napier played for the Northers? And Neil Brennan. Didn't know that. 82 others tied their series up 5-3. Chico losing to Grant Fuhr. Empton goals by Silton and Hughes, Messier, and Lumley. Others goals by Merrick, Westfall, and Trotz. The 06 Flames tied their series up with an overtime win. Iggy Pop, his goal from Amonte and Ference. Forgot Amonte was a Flame. 31 Habs tied their series 4-2. Fashion beats Sauve. Buffalo was up 2-0. Phil Housley and Paul Sire. But Montreal goes by Belleville, Lemaire, Peter Mahovich, and Rougefolt. 68 Habs are halfway home, 6-4. Worsley beats Johnston. Montreal goals by Leperriere, Provo, Gilles Tremblay, Cournoyer, Belleville, and Pocket Rocket. Boston goals by Hodge, Glenn Saver. Yes, that Glenn Saver. Hodge again, and Eddie Shack. Clear the track. Here he comes. 23 Bruins are now halfway home, 4-3 win. Allmark over to Smith. Dallas goals by Wyatt, Smith, and not enough. Boston goals by Taylor Hall, Brad Marchand, David Pasternak, and Connor Clifton. Almost call him Chad Clifton. 82 Bruins beat their 24 counterparts to tie that series up. Fashion over Allmark. Boston 24 team Saka and Heinen, McNabb, Middleton, O'Connell, and Peterson for the 82 squad. 65 Red Wings are halfway home 4-3. Crozier over Cheveldae. The 65 team had goals by Pint Martin, Norm Ullman, and 2 by Alex Delvecchio. The 92 squad, Yasbert, The 06 Red Wings are 2 up. Osgood over Jackman. They were up 3-0. Draper, Samuelson, and Lidstrom. New York got a pair of goals. Well, Kachuk, Kitchener, and Davey Bowlin. Shanahan scored his second of the tournament, make it 4-2, and Bowlin made it 4-3. 79 Habs are halfway home 4-2 as Dryden beats Westwood. Dallas goes by Pavelski and Robertson. Montreal goes by Riceboro, Kitchener, Gainey, Chartres, Kitchener, look it up, people, and Guy Lafleur. And finally, the 91 Penguins win 8-1. They ripped Farlamov apart. Only Colorado goal was by Landeskog with 6 seconds left. Kitchener. Pittsburgh goes by Lemieux, Murphy, Tagliani, Mark Recchi, Murphy, Stevens, Scott Young, and Randy Gilhan. All right, so the series that are 1-1 go first. And 23 Rangers are now at 2-1. Shashirkin beats Bromley. Ranger goes by Ryan Lindgren, Easy Kreider, and Trocheck. Buffalo goes by Rick Martin and Craig Ramsey. The 94 Red Wings are now up 2-1, 4-2 win. Osgood over Smith. Stone and Schlemko for Phoenix. Detroit goes by Chason, Primo, Chason, and Burr. See, Chason could score goals. Hard to believe, eh? 25 Leafs win on Perlakashian. Bobby McMahon at 6:57 from Ekman Larson and Marner on the power play after Jay Miller got in trouble for hooking. 79 others are up 2-1 in overtime. Chico beats Low. Overtime goal by Bossy, his third from Potvin and Stefan Passon. 65 Habs are now up 2-1 with a 4-1 win. Kipper losing the Hodge. Calgary goal by Dion Phaneuf. Jules Tremblay, Andre Richard, Claude LaRuse, and Dick Duff, their first goals of the campaign for the 65 team. 84 Sabres take a 2-1 lead. Bob Sauve beats Meyer. Buffalo goals by Peterson, Weimer, Foligno, Ria Cluche, and 2 by Gilbert Perreault. At the end, Montreal goals by Belleville, Cournoyer, and Sheehan. 24 Bruins are now 2-1 on their 82 counterparts. Swayman over Barron. 82 goals by Middleton, Park, and Taz O'Reilly. 24 goals by Pasternak, Saka, Heinen, and Kiki. And the other 1-1 series is 91 Pittsburgh now up 4-2. Peter Angelo saving the day against Shigeru. Colorado was up 2-1. Goals by McLeod and Stastny. Stevens scored in the first, but then Recchi, Lemieux, and Scotty Young. 22 Colorado will lose in overtime, so they don't have a chance. They're not 3-0. Devin Levi beats Kepler. Buffalo was up 3-0 on goals by Michael Samuelson, Owen Power, not Max Power, and Alposo. Landeskog, Kitchener, O'Connell and Benarakowski scored, but at 8:35, Olafson from Clifton and Took. The 94 Rangers lose their chance to go up 3-0. They lose 2-1. Kenny Broderick beats, or is it Les Broderick? Beats Richter. Ranger goes by Nemchinov, but then Marcotte and Schmaltz for the 75 Bruins. 92 Canucks are 1 win away. They are win 4-2. Kirk McLean over Milosh. Sandlak, Kitchener, Adams, Larionov. Yeah, he was a Canuck at first. And Cliff Ronnie scoring. North Stars goals by Paul Holmgren. He was only playing for the Flyers. And Dino Ciccarelli. 68 Habs are now up 3-0, 4-2 win. Gump Worsley beating Andy Johnston. Boston goes by Saver. Yes, that one at Westfall. Montreal goes by Russo, Lemaire, Duff, and Backstrom. 23 Bruins will lose 1-0, so they can't sweep. The Smith, the hero, Wyatt Johnston in the third period on the power play after halfway got in trouble for slashing from Hintz and Jason Robertson. 65 Red Wings, they lose to their 92 counterparts. Shovelday beats Crozier. 65 had a chance. Parker McDonald with 2, Ted Lindsay and Gordie Howe scoring. 92 goals by Chason, Probert, Fedorov, Kevin Miller, and then the Malconton, Jimmy Carson. 06 Red Wings are 1 win away. 5-3 win. Osgood beats Vermune. Ranger goes by Vic Hadfield, Terrible Ted Irvin, Break the Walls Down, and John Rattel. Detroit goes by Gary Fisher, Lidstrom, Daksuk, Draper, and Holdstrom. And the 79 Habs are 1 win away. They win in overtime. At 6:52, Bob Gainey from Doug Riceborough and Mario Tremblay. And yes, Riceborough scored for Kitchener. Mario Tremblay, I spit on him. You know why? All right, so the 22 Avalanche, they win 2-0. They're 1 win away. Kemper over Luukkonen. O'Connor and Newhook with the goals. So the 1 seed looking good. 35 Bruins have made it a game 6 with a series with the 94 Rangers 4-1. Gilles Javert over Richter. Brian Leach the only goal for the 94 team. But Bobby Orr scoring twice. Andre Savard and Az O'Reilly. 75 Sabres win in overtime, so that series will go to 6 at the very least. Rocky Farr. Oh, Rocky Farr, you'll always be such a shit goalie to me. You beat Shishirkin. Overtime heroics by Rick Martin from Spinner Spencer and Craig Ramsey. Ranger goals by Philip Heedle, Panarin Bread, and DJ Mika Sabinajad. 94 Red Wings are in a series with the 2012 Coyotes 5-3. La Barbara beats Essensa. Phoenix goes by Lenko, Boyd, Doan, Verbata, and Michael Bucker. Kitchener. Detroit goes by Slava Kozlov, Karkner, Lidstrom. How I know Michael Bucker came from Kitchener? Well, when he scored the first of his 2 overtime goals against Chicago in real life, Chris Cuthbert on TSN at the time said, "The former Kitchener Ranger." It's like, yeah, fuck yeah. 25 Leafs, they will lose in overtime, so it's 2-2. Stores losing their Bethune. Overtime heroics at 18:54 after Benoit got in trouble for tripping for Luke Robitaille from Gretzky and Tonelli. John Tonelli was still playing. 92 Canucks, do they sweep? No, they lose 6-4. Gamble losing to Beaupre. Brian Bellows scored. Kitchener. So that series keeps going. 79 Islanders, they lose in overtime, so that series goes to 6. Fuhr beats Smith. Overtime heroics by Messi in the first minute from Curry and Coffey. Yes, Paul Coffey scored. Kitchener. And yes, I did prove he was from the Kitchener Rangers. 65 Habs, they will crush it. They're 1 win away. 7-1, looking for the upset, if you will. Hodge beats Kipper. Calgary's only goal was by DM Faneuf to break up the shutout. Jimmy Roberts, not the tennis guy. Ferguson, senior, not junior. At least fans are glad to see that. Rafi Backstrom, Russo, Pocket Rocket, Russo. Bobby Russo with the hat trick. 84 Sabres, they will lose. That series goes to 6. At the very least, Meyer beats Sauve. Buffalo goes by Helsley, Real Cluche, and Dave Manager. Montreal goes by Lemaire, Laplante, Cornoyer, Lemaire, Bellevaux, and Sheehan. 68 Habs. They sweep the 68 Bruins 6-0. Vachon with the exclamation mark at shut out. Backstrom, Duff, Russo, Provo, Russo, LaPerriere. So the 68 Bruins are the first victim of the system. They were the 14th seed. Yeah, they were the 14th seed. They won. The 68 Habs were there. Well, nevertheless, yeah, I guess I looked at it wrong. Cheevers and Johnston both lost twice. Ken Hodge Sr. with 4 points. Yeah, I didn't see that right. 14. Yeah, that's right. 14-19 because it's like 13, 14, 56 of 23 Bruins. They lose in overtime, so that series goes to at least 6. Ruby Hins at 254 from Mandy Duchesne and Jason Robertson. The 24 Bruins, they lose, so that series is going to 6. Barron Swayman, 2014 DeBrusque, and Marchand. Boston goes by Tom Fergus, Peter McNabb, and Rick Middleton. 65 Red Wings win 2-1. They're now 3-1 up. Trying to go home. Crozier beats Shovel Day. 92 team Ray Shepard scored by Normie Ullman, 2 goals. 06 Red Wings, did they sweep? No, they lose in overtime at 93 minutes. So it was double overtime for Bruce McGregor from Walt Kachuk and Jack Eagers, pair of former Kitchener Rangers on the same team. So the 06 Red Wings can't sweep, and it took 93 minutes. 79 Habs, they lose 3-2, so they can't sweep. Buddy LaRock can't do the job. They're up 2-0, Lafleur and Gainey, but then Hintz, Pavelski, and Jason Robinson for the 22 squad. And when Pittsburgh loses, so that series goes to 6. 2012 Avalanche win 3-2, Farmlove over Brasso. A lot of 2-2s. Pittsburgh goals by Gilhan and Heredia. Gabriel Landeskog, Kitchener, Eric Johnson, and D. Jones. DJ Jones? D. Jones. David Jones. Davy Jones Locker. Okay. 22 Avalanche. Did they win the series? Yes, they do. The 1 seed wins 4-1. Kepler beats Luukkonen, so the 22 Avs are going to be the team to beat. Tage Thompson scored for the 24 Sabres, but Colorado goals by Nichushkin, Newhook, and 2 by Mikko Rantanen. 92 Canucks, they lose, so that goes to game 6. Will Prey beats McLean. Tom McCarthy with the icing on the freaking cake. 65 Habs, they will lose 4-2 to Calgary. Kipper beats Worsley. Kipper. Calgary goals by Iginla, Yell, Iginla, and Donovan. Montreal goals by Claude Levaux and Provost. Yeah, the 68 Habs. The 19 seed beats the 14 seed. Yeah, the 24 Sabres. Well, Pekka Luukkonen 0-3. Devin Levi 1-1. Alex Tuck and Rasmus Dahlin had the most points. The 75 Bruins look like they're trying for the upset over the 94 Rangers 4-2. Broderick over Richter. Boston goes by Marcotte, Cashman, Vande, and Forbes. Rangers goes by Tikkanen and the man from Paris, Jay Wells. I glow. The 75 Sabres win 6-3. Rocky Farr beats Yarrow Halak. The 23 Rangers are in trouble. Easy Kreider scored twice, and DJ Mika scored the other one. Buffalo goes by Korab, Dudley, Dadiger, Martin Perot, and Stanfield. Freddie Stanfield. Phoenix now up 3-2 with a home win. As loses to Mike Smith. Detroit goes by Lidstrom, Konstantinov, and Yzerman. Phoenix goes by Korpikoski, Rafi, Ekman Larson again, Yando, and Korpikoski. The 25 Leafs win in overtime 4-3. In the first minute, Domi from Nylander and Mitch Marner. So Stolarz does the job. The 25 Leafs are now 1 win away. 79 Islanders win in Edmonton in overtime. Chico beats Fuhr. Overtime heroics by Mike Kasicki from Potland. If I misspell it, I'm sorry. But, the 71 Habs win on the road. They're now up 3-2, 5-2 Fashion over Sauve. Montreal goes by Lapointe, Tardif, Lemaire, Savard, and Sheehan. Buffalo goes by Ramsey and Gil Perot. 25 Stars win on the road in game 5, 3-2 as Otter beats me. Hey, Otter. To Shane Johnston and Niskanen for Dallas, second Foligno for Boston. For 82 Bruins win in overtime on the road. Fashion over Allmark. 7-19 Brad Park from O'Connell and Stady Jonathan. Boy, Boston won that trade. with the Rangers. 65 Red Wings can't clinch it. The 92 Wings win 4-3. Shovelday over Crozier. 65 team Ullman, Hall, and Ullman. But the 92 team Geisbert, Fedorov, and Fedorov to complete the hat trick. 06 Detroit cannot finish it off. Legacy losing to Jackman. Trny scored, but then Kachuk, Kitchener, Stokowski, and Bruce McGregor. We are not going to do any game sevens. Go through game sevens. We could kind of go through game sevens, I guess. The 79 Habs, they finish it off. The 4 seed wins 5-2. Dryden beats Wedgwood. Dallas goes by Robertson and Tyler Seguin. Montreal goes by Mondu, LaPlante, Gainey, LaRouche, and Dougie Jarvis. So the 22 stars are out. Wedgwood 0-3. Ottinger 1-1. Why would Wedgwood be what? Jason Robinson 7 points? Why? I don't know, Mom. The 2012 Avalanche win on the road 2-1 is Jagger beats Wendell Young. Kitchener, Pittsburgh. Colorado goes by Duchesne and Daniel Jones. Recchi with the goal. Certified Boston. They did it. The three seed falls. The 94 Rangers fall. So the 75 Bruins did their job. 4-2. Gilbert beat Richter. Rangers goes by Kovalev and Matteau, but that wasn't helpful. Boston goes by Schultz, Hodge, Orr, and Hodge Sr. Who actually head to the Rangers in exchange for Rick Middleton, and that did not work out so well. So the 94 Rangers, the 3 seed, are out. Richter was the only goalie. They didn't trust Glenn Healy at all. Messier with 6 points. 75 Sabres, the 5 seed, they win their series 2-1 over the 23 Rangers. Crozier over Shesty. Tarasenko, the Tarasenko scored for the Rangers, but Buffalo goes by Perot and Matan. 94 Red Wings have forced a game 7 4-2 as Esensa beats Smith. Phoenix goes by Michael Bucker, Kitchener, and Ray Whitney. Detroit goes by Fedorov, Chason, Konstantinov, and Chason. 25 Leafs move on. The 9 seed beats the 91 Kings 2-1. Stollers beats Fruity. Toronto goes by Tavares and Matthews. Tony Granado for LA. Yeah, Toronto looking good. 91 Kings fall. Rudy 1-3, Buffoon 1-1. Gretzky with 8 points, no doubt about that. He had a pair of goals. Steve Casper scored the 3 goals. 84 North Stars have forced a game 7, 6-2. Milosh beats McLean. Mamessa and Falk scoring. Tom McCarthy with a hat trick. The 82 Oilers, the 13 seed, they won the 82 tournament, but they fell to the 79 Islanders 6-4. Chico beats Fuhr. Edmonton goes by Messier, Matty Hagman, Gretzky with pair, but that was too late. Bossy, Henning, Born, Bossy, Nystrom. The 71 Habs, the 17 seed beat the 16 seed 84 Sabres on the Prokashyan. As Mark Tartif scored at 5:48 on the power play thanks to Playfair's penalty from Pocket Rocket. 25 Stars with the upset of the number 12 seed 23 Bruins fall to the 25 Dallas Stars. Dallas Stars. Yeah, the close to the nearest series. Duchesne, Hintz, Bain, and Heiskanen scoring the goals for the 25 Stars. 24 Bruins have forced a game 7, 7-2. Swayman over Brogy. 82 team Cashman with the pair of goals. Geeky, Pasternak, Shattenkirk. Shattenkirk played for the 2014. DeBrusque, Coyle, Heinen, and DeBrusque the goals. 92 Wings force a game 7. Chevrolet over Crozier. Goals by Yeisbert, Carson Yeisbert, and Bobby Dallas. Detroit goes by Floyd Smith, Gordie Howe, and Gordie Howe. '06 Red Wings, they lose to the 71 Rangers. We got a game 7. Vermeulen over Osgood. Jack Eagers, Kitchener. Boxcar Jack Eagers with the goal. Hatfield scoring. Match Schneider for the 06 squad. And finally, the 91 Penguins have forced a game 7, 7-0. Big one. Barrazo over Farloff. Francis Solapsky, yes, that's it. Even though he shouldn't really be there because Solapsky was traded to Hartford. Lemieux, Mullen, Erie, Ricky, and Yager. There's only one game seven. I think it. Well, oh, I skipped one. The 65 Habs beat the '06 Flames. They move on 6-3. Hodge over Kiprusoff. Calgary goes by Ritchie, Kubasu, and Lankow. 65 Habs Backstrom, Rochefort, Ted Harris, Duff, Beliveau, and Tremblay. So how many game sevens do we have? We have one, two, four, five, six. We have six game sevens. Let's see. Phoenix and Detroit. Nothing to really pick out in this one. In the end, it was an overtime magic by Phoenix. Korpikoski from Stone and Ekman Larson. So the 2012 Coyotes with the big win as the 7th seed beat the 26th seed. Yeah, they won the 2012 tournament. Got a good seed because of their semifinal performance in real life. Vancouver, Minnesota. Vancouver was up 3-0. The 92 Canucks are. Are they going to have the ultimate choke? The answer is no. They survived 7-4. Well, Brian Bellows scored for Kitchener, but anyway, the 92 Canucks. Minnesota was up 4-2. Wow. Goals by Bellows, Adam, Napier, and McCarthy. Bure scored 2 goals. Nedved, then it was Nedved, Larianov, running, and Lume. Wow, the 84 North Stars almost pulled off the upset of the 11 seed. 24 and 82. Well, nothing much to pick. And it's the 82 squad who wins 4-3 as Barron beats Swayman. The 24 squad, Marchand, Heinen, and Pasternak. Boston 82 goals by O'Reilly, Keith Crowder, Stan Donovan, and Norman Lively. Remember him? The guy who was 19 years old and had that hemorrhage, that stroke, and had to learn to do everything all by himself. He could have died if it wasn't for his physical shape. The Battle of Detroit, the 65 squad was up 3-1. Is this going to be a choke job? No, it's not. It's an overtime heroics. Short-handed. Pronovo was in the box, but Ullman has 8 from Fontaine, who rarely took penalties, and Eddie Joyal. So the 65 Red Wings, the 8 seed, survive. 2 more series left. The '06 Red Wings were up 3-0. Are they going to get reverse swept? The answer is yes, they will. The '06 Red Wings look like they were going to take care of the 71 Rangers, but got reverse swept. Jackman beats Legacy in Game 7. Goals by Sederberg and Shanahan for Detroit. Rangers goals by Rattel, Gilbert, and Rattel. Gentleman John Rattel. Yeah, so the sixth seed was about to be taken out embarrassingly by the '06 Red Wings. But somehow, in some way, that overtime game 4, when the Rangers scored, turned the tide, I guess. And finally, Pittsburgh. Well, nothing much to pick from in this series. But this is a key game. So, if my math is correct, if Pittsburgh wins, then that means the 75 Bruins will face the 22 Avalanche. If Colorado wins, it's a battle of Colorado in round of 16. And the final score, the 91 Penguins win in overtime at 5:42. Stevens from Recchi. Landeskog scored for Kitchener, but no, the 91 squad survives. And now here's our final 6. Our final 16. Our first matchup, the 75 Bruins, the 30 seed will take on the 1 seed 22 Avalanche. The 23 seed 82 Bruins take on the 2 seed 91 Penguins. The 21 seed 25 Stars take on the 79 Habs, number 4. Number 20 79 Islanders will take on the number 5 75 Sabres. The 19 seed 68 Habs take on the 6 seed 71 Rangers. The 18 seed 65 Habs take on the 7 seed 2012 Coyotes. The 17 seed 71 Habs take on the 8 seed 65 Red Wings. And the 11 seed 92 Canucks take on the 9 seed 25 Leafs. So, judgment. Let's see. How many guys? Colorado has 1 team. Boston has two teams in there. Montreal has 4, big number. Yeah, big number. Montreal has 4. Dallas has 1. Rangers have 1, the 71 squad, so BSU will be watching that one. Detroit has 1. Vancouver has 1. Phoenix has 1. Buffalo and the Islanders both have 2. Pittsburgh. Well, my numbers are wrong, but it doesn't matter. So anyway, yeah. These will be your final 16. Like it or lump it. Anyhow, I'm Jeff Diamond. Adieu.